For factorials based questions like this, I'd certainly recommend knowing a number of them off by heart, mainly 1 to 10. So that being 1, 2, 6, 24, 120, 720, 5,040, 40,320, 362,880, and 362,880. For question A, multiply both sides by k factorial and then divide both sides by 720 to make the denominators swap. Then, if you know 10 factorial off by heart, you just do short division to get your answer. So that's 362,8800 divided by 720. Obviously, you can cancel zeros to make it a little bit easier, and you'll be left with 5,040 equals k factorial, and therefore, knowing those off by heart, you should know that k equals 7. There is also another way of figuring it out, and that would be identifying that 720 is 6 factorial, and therefore expanding the numerator to have, instead of it being 10 factorial, it's 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times the 6 factorial. You've got 6 factorial, which is common to numerator and denominator. Cancel them out, and then just multiply 10 times 9 times 8 times 7. I did 90 times 56 to get my 5,040, which is your k factorial, which we'd already gotten, which of course is k equals 7. For question B, you know that dividing k factorial by 8 factorial gives you a large number. Therefore, k factorial is significantly larger than 8 factorial. We must therefore multiply consecutive numbers that are larger than 8 to get the number 990. First, I tried 9 times 10 equals 90, which is too small. Then I tried 9 times 10 times 11, and I got my 990. The largest number out of those three must be the k value. Therefore, 11 factorial over 8 factorial is what gives me my 990, and therefore k equals 11. For question C, a quick reminder of what the permutations formula looks like, and therefore what kp3 must look like. Now remember, we can eliminate the denominator by expanding out the numerator. So therefore you change it from k factorial to just k, and you're multiplying by consecutive numbers that are smaller than k. So k multiplied by k minus 1 times k minus 2 times k minus 3 factorial. Now that we've got k minus 3 factorial on both the numerator and the denominator, they can now be cancelled out. Now that we are left with k times k minus 1 times k minus 2 equals 210, we know that it's 3 consecutive numbers that make 210 when multiplied together. Now they've got to be bigger than 3, so I'll try 4 times 5 times 6. 4 times 5 is 20, times 6 is 120, that is too small. Now I'll try slightly bigger numbers. 5 times 6 times 7, 5 times 6 is 30, times 7 is 210. That's exactly what I was looking for. 7 is the biggest number there, therefore that will be the k value, k equals 7. For question D, the simple thing to start off with is obviously multiplying both sides by k factorial to get rid of the denominator, and then after that adding k factorial to both sides. That way you only get the variable of k on one side of the equal sign. The next step is just dividing both sides by 30,240. So as long as you know your 10 factorial off by heart, you can do that. Just cancel out the zeros to start off with, and then just do the short division. This gives you the answer of 120 equals k factorial, and you should be able to remember that 120 is of course 5 factorial, therefore k equals 5. There's your answer. There is also another method to finding out the answer, and I'll show you that one now. Given that we've got 10 factorial being a number, and we've also got the number 30,240 on the other side, we can just reduce bit by bit through the factorial numbers. So we always have to start with the biggest number. So divide both sides by 10, then divide both sides by 9, divide both sides by 8, and so forth. You will end up being left with 5 factorial equals k factorial, and therefore k equals 5. And that's the second way of being able to figure out this question. Please leave any questions in the comments below. Thank you so much for your time.